So, welcome to our final thoughts on Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's in the bag for us.
Woo!
And Kim is here because Kim did the heavy lifting on this and completed this game the other night, and we're here to talk all about it. And I'll ask you guys, what did you think of Clair Obscur Expedition 33? Is it your game of the year? Is it not a great game? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let us know down below. And I'm going to do the whole intro here because it's very funny that Kim came into completing this game because 6 months ago the game was about to be released.
Yes.
They sent me a review code because I asked them because it was a very small indie title.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like I'd seen the combat and I'm like, I want to play this game and I want to talk about it. I want to kind of spread the word on it. But it wasn't on my schedule of games. It was one of those ones I kind of put in. I thought I'll do a first thoughts on it. And so it's by Sandfall Interactive. And they sent me the review code and I started playing this game and I was like, wow, this game is really something else. I'm like, wow. And I just want to say, I've said it a couple of times in some episodes, I put out my review. And they made me put out my review at like 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You're like, it's so early.
It's so, what a weird time to put something out, like a review out at that time. Is anybody watching? And the first 5-6 hours of the video being up, I was like, this video is going to be dead on arrival. And as I said, I didn't care because I wanted to talk about the game. I didn't care how many views it was going to get or anything. I just wanted to talk about it for the love of it. Mm-hmm. And then something unusual happened. The word of mouth on this game that first day spread like wildfire, the likes of which I have never seen for any game ever in the 17 years of doing the show, never mind my entire life of playing video games. All of a sudden, the internet rallied behind this underdog of a game.
And thank goodness they did.
Yes, for sure. Thank goodness they did. And all of a sudden, the game was risen to a whole other level. Everybody was talking about it. All of a sudden, my review blew up because everybody was searching for reviews on it, and it eventually hit like 90,000 views on it. It really went big, and I was really happy for the company because we've talked about it. It's a very small development team. Very tiny. It was like 30 people. Yes, when you finish the game, you see there's a lot of other people that did some testing on the game, stuff like that. But the core was a very small team, and we were having a joke.
You're like, there's 30 people who made this game, like, not 33. Missed the boat on that one.
It should have been 33 exactly. And so I just want to say, this is where we get into Kim. I gave a first thoughts, and then I'm off to the next game and off to the next game because it wasn't in my schedule of games to really go all the way through. And Kim, at that time, was playing another game that she was very addicted to.
Fantasy Life, only 170 hours in, and you're like, you gotta stop. Like, I can't. And then you were like, here, my love, try this one.
Well, you'd finished Fantasy Life.
Yeah, now I'm just doing like little fun things on the side that I know I should stop.
Yeah, it became an obsession, like 170 hours. I'm like, Kim, can you help me out? Because I'm doing so many other games. Do you want to try to take this on? And I think you were kind of curious about it?
Yeah, I was curious. I was a little bit iffy. You brought it up, and I was actually at work, and I was training this new guy. Yeah. And I said, you know, what you did for a living, and he asked if you played that game. Like, actually, he did, and he said how much he enjoyed it, and made me go, okay, maybe I really should give this a shot. And I am so glad that I did.
Really?
I really am. This game was really beautifully done. Beautifully done. I have some things to say about it.
We do have some things to say about it. So we just want to say, we will be getting into some spoilers. We're not going to go brutal spoilers. How far do you think we should go?
I think we should say spoilers here. So if you haven't played the game, please stop what you're doing. Get this game. You'll enjoy it.
I'm going to put you on spot. What is your score? We haven't talked. What would your score be for this game?
8.5.
Wow.
And there's a reason why it's not a 10 out of 10. And, and again, we'll get into it.
So we'll start with the story and some of the positives of the game. And it's a very interesting, dark world. And we had to look up Clair Obscur. I was like, what does Clair Obscur mean?
We haven't taken French since like elementary school, high school.
Yeah,
so.
like formidable, you know? Like, that's the only thing I can say.
You butchered it.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? But I was like, Kim was asking me, like, why is it called Clair Obscur? There's no, like, Claire mentioned.
No character is named Clair.
Clair Obscur, I think. And then, so we looked it up, and it means light dark.
And makes sense.
And it kind of makes sense for the overallness of the game, the kind of environment that you're in, some of the world settings. It really is that.
Yes.
It really is Clair Obscur.
Yeah.
And it really makes a lot of sense when you play the game. So it starts off in the world where there's this paintress.
Yes.
And every single year, she paints a brand new number. And every age group above that disappears.
Yeah.
So if it's like 45, she paints 45. Anybody 45 and older is wiped out. And to be honest with you, everybody's already wiped out. So it'd be 45 is gone.
Yeah.
Next would be 44. Any age group of 44 gone.
Up to 33, where we're at now.
When that's where the game begins. You're at 33 of the paintress painting that number, erasing everybody before that. And we have some kind of like emotional moments of people disappearing. It's kind of
petals. I'm like, whoa.
It's kind of like Infinity War when everybody's like fading off into existence. It's happening here, and so every year they create a brand new expedition based on that number to go in and to discover the paintress and try to end all of this and to stop everybody getting erased from all of existence. And so you're part of Expedition 33.
You battle the Paintress. Know that Lumiere fights with you.
And you go off on your mission, and it's a kind of a crazy one, and everything goes wrong. A lot of people get killed in that early, few hours.
Come on, move! Fucking snap out!
I'll let you take it from here. Kind of describe the world setting and what you kind of thought. What did you think of the story into the world setting?
I'll admit, at first, it was very confusing because I don't like how at the beginning it's like, you just die.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, that gets me in the heart. But there's a reason for it. And as you go further in the story, you get to find out more. When we get to the actual place where the Paintress is, I thought it was almost like a dream.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you felt like the atmosphere of the game felt so obscure that you're in a dream. And it got to the point where I would actually be staring around me, and I'd get lost in the scenery, and then something would come fight me, like, ah!
And it's really a great way to put it, because it's really a nightmare, beautiful world. I know we're saying that Clair Obscur thing again, the light and the dark, but that's the game. And you get introduced to your characters, and you get to know about their backstory. And you get to find out who they are as characters. And that is where one of the strengths of the game is the overall story. And I don't want to say things. Some characters die. We find out why they die and who they're related to and how it relates to the overall group and the overall mission.
Yeah, and the story itself is family oriented.
Yes.
As it progresses, you find out, it's about a family and all the things that are going on, and it just gets deeper and deeper, and it's a beautifully written story. I mean, there was one point where I thought, well, is that it? And we thought, okay, we're done. And then it's almost like a second part of the game started.
Yeah, you're talking about when we got what you thought was the ending, beating the Paintress.
Yes, I'm like,
you think that's over, but then you're off into this other place, and to basically at that point to level up your characters, get a bit stronger.
Yeah.
And
the world opens up.
The world opens up. Let's just talk about something else here, is that we're going to get into the combat. Some of the traveling in the game. Yes, you can just kind of run through the levels, or you can, as Kim loves to do, glide through the levels, fly.
Yes, so I love this about this game, whereas, in Metaphor Reventasio, I was on a sword, gliding. I thought it was a little bit silly and overdone. You thought it was awesome.
I thought it was cool.
I was like, meh. But there's this one character where I'm like, I'm gliding. You're like, isn't it kind of the same? Like, no, not the same. You feel like you're flying.
Yeah.
I always pick this character just to go through the world.
Yeah, because all the characters do their own run mode. They'll run and all that. And ever since I met Kim is like, I've always had this dream to fly.
That's my superhero, the power that I want.
You'd love to have like a vampire flying thing.
Or a witch flying.
A witch flying. And so, yeah, it's really kind of fun to traverse the world and explore the world. And you also get this creature at one point. And this is the really kind of a weird thing. And I just want to say something that's you won't know because you haven't played it. This game really reminds me of Lost Odyssey. In a way, and that was very dark and dismal and strange, just like this one, into getting this creature that you meet that is kind of a cute creature.
It's very quirky.
Very quirky,
yeah.
And it will change into different things. It will fly for you, it will go across the water for you, and you all go onto it.
Yeah, you're on its back.
You're on its back, and we just want to say something else about this. This is like a little bit unusual to say. Every time we see this creature, we're always just calling it the asshole. I mean, because it looks kind of like that. And I don't want to go that direction, but it certainly looks that way. The design...
It's like right in your face.
It's very... I'm going way too much into this now. It's way too like wrinkly and hilarious. It's weird, and it makes its funny sounds when it flies. It's weird. And it's like flying through, and you're just like, we're always like, oh my god.
He's quirky, and you know what I remember what I told you what he's filled up with? Wine.
Yeah. Okay. So something else.
I would love this character at a party.
I just want to say we didn't capture that bit where he's like full of wine.
It just happened. It was just like a little cutscene.
I just want to say that, and I mean this in the best way possible. But this is a very French-made game. It's very French-made game.
The music's very French.
The music is very French.
Beautiful.
It's very beautiful. No, it's all a big compliment. But it's so funny, as you said, the creature is made up of wine. Yeah. Only the French would come up with that idea. It's wild. And I really like the French aesthetic to it all in the design sense and all that. And I think it's really cool. Mm-hmm. Like you get some games that are made in America, and you feel they're very American games. Yeah. Or games, obviously, in Japan, very Japanese games. Yeah. Well, it's nice to have some French representation.
Wait, Francois has his own set of rocks. Why does he keep stealing yours then?
Because we're buddies. Francois is so fun.
So now we have to get into the big selling point of this game, and that is the turn-based combat. And this is the strongest thing in the entire game. If there's some things that are a little weak here and there, combat is not the weak link.
No.
It is incredible. And what do you want to say about combat?
Combat for me was a love-hate.
Oh.
It was a love-hate. No, it was it was really well done. It was different in some ways, but there was a lot to it. A lot to it, to the point where I was getting frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you land some of your marks, it feels like you're a god, and you're like, yeah, destroy them. But when you miss it, you get hit hard.
And that's what we have to talk about. This is honestly should be called counterattack the game.
Counterattack, and your timing has to be perfect.
So yeah, the enemies will come at you, and you have to counterattack and parry their attacks, but every single time. And all of the timing is different.
Different for each different monster.
So it's like something like this. I'm like, hey Kim, and you're like, and you're going back and forth. Yeah. You don't know whether to
you might be fast at one point, or you might be super slow, and you're like, pick one.
Yeah, pick one. I think what's good about it, though, is you don't just press a button just to get through combat.
It's true. You got to think throughout the game. Like, there is no sitting back and doing autoplay.
No.
There is no auto. You've got to think about what you're fighting and how you're fighting it.
And some of the bosses that Kim fought in this game, I mean, were so crazy.
The siren was killing me.
The one that I remember was the 1.5-hour battle you did, and we filmed it. I had my phone out, and I filmed Kim. It was just counterattack. Kim fought this for 1.5 hours.
That was very unnecessary, probably, but I really wanted his foot.
Yeah.
Because my guy collects the feet so that he can become certain things. I'm like, I want this, and you're like, are you really? I'm like, Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I was there for some of the screaming, and I'm like the failure the first time, and then into the success the last time.
Oh my god.
Oh.
It took an hour and a half.
An hour and a half to finish that. Boss, that's crazy.
But when you get it, when you figure out like somewhat of a rhythm, it becomes a remarkable game. Like I can see why this was the selling point for this game.
Yeah.
And I give you props for it. But I'll admit, it's just the timing, because I feel like I did it, but I keep missing.
Missing
I don't
the
know
mark.
how. I keep
Yeah,
missing
once
that
in a
mark.
while, it's just, oh no, type of thing. I think it's designed to be that way. Another really strong point that we mentioned is the music. And it's very atmospheric. There's a lot of singing in the game, which is all very, very beautiful. But also, the combat music changes.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, you get to some combat music and it's just incredible. And overall, the music is a very strong part of the game. And if you're playing the game in the beginning, you're like, oh, it's very just whimsical and,
That's what leads you in.
Yeah, that's what kind of leads you in. And all of a sudden, you kind of get into some almost like techno-y kind of beat music, and it's really different. I give them props for the experimentation that were done with the music in this game, and it's the visuals. And the visuals in this game are beautiful. They really paint no pun intended, paint an incredible picture in this game. Some really interesting places to explore, and that's where we're going to get into a few negatives.
Brace yourselves.
So I found that when I was in the game, it was beautiful to walk around and explore, but I found that when I come around a corner, like I'm going all the way, like out of my way, off track, and I go all the way to the end of the line, and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's no treasure there. And I find if I'm putting the effort to do it, there should be some type of reward.
I was just about to say, like in a Dragon Quest game, you'll go behind a house and there'll be a little treasure chest there.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, it pays to explore. In this game, there really, like as Kim just said, there's no rewards at times.
At times.
At times. You'll go through this whole like maze and you'll go all around and you're like, there was nothing there. It's almost, and I know it's a smaller development team, and I definitely, I'm not holding them accountable too much for this, in the sense that they didn't have that much resources. So you'll go around a corner and there's nothing there, and you're like, okay, they were just making a corridor for you to explore, but it would be nice if it was a little treasure at the end.
Just
or
something to make you go, yay!
Yeah, but I think they made so much money off this game that in the next one, that whatever they decide to create, there'll be that aspect of it for sure.
And then my other final thing to say about just a little nitpick here was there was no mini maps.
Yes.
That kind of drove me nuts, because sometimes you felt a bit linear in the game, but then I would get lost, and I there's no map to show me where I've been and where I've traveled and explored. I got to backtrack, and I got lost a few times.
Yeah, and there's a world map.
There's a world
There's a
map.
full-on world map, but when you get into a section like a maze or something, if you want to call it that, all of a sudden there's no little map up there, and they did that on purpose. I read that they did that on purpose to make you explore everything.
You reminded me about that a lot, and I was like, I don't care. There should be a mini map.
Yeah, and especially they don't want to give you a map and you go around exploring, but there's nothing really there. It kind of, I really wish there was that aspect as well.
Be careful.
And I just want to say, the reason why I suggested this game to Kim, I read online, it takes 29 hours to finish this game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's 29 hours, no big deal, really easy to get through. And Kim was playing this game for like a few weeks, and I'm like, what the heck? This game is way bigger than 29 hours. Like, it's way bigger. Like, I think you did 60 hours, 59 hours, something like that.
Something like that.
But it was a game that kept on giving.
The game that kept on going.
Yeah, and so what did you think? So Kim finally got to the end. What do you take away now from it all?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful game. There was a moment where I'm exploring, and it reminded me of Journey. Remember
Right.
when you played that game?
Yeah.
I thought it was beautiful and tranquil, and you can really get lost in this game. Even just like the character design of all the characters and the quirkiness and the stories between them. There were times where I was laughing out loud because the communication between all of them was beautifully done.
It's funny.
And
yeah.
I love this game. It was sad when it ended because you had a really hard choice at the end. It kind of reminded me like the red pill versus the blue pill
Right.
type thing. So you had to make a really hard decision at the end. And I give these people props for the small group that you were, and I really hope you guys continue on making beautiful games.
Yeah, it's interesting in looking at the game overall and then finishing it and being there the whole time and running out of the room when it was like screaming at the game like, and all that. Big props, a game that really came out of nowhere, and it kind of felt that way. And it's a game that other developers need to learn from. So, you know, we have great games out there like Clair Obscur with turn-based combat, Metaphori Fantasio with turn-based combat. It shows that turn-based combat is a thing that can be done well and people want, and it's something to this day that should not have been removed from Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy set the bar with turn-based combat, and then they're like, no, we're just gonna do action combat now. And it's enjoyable, but man, I love turn-based combat so much, and that's what this game really made me a believer in again. Not that I was a disbeliever in, but it shows it can be done well, especially with Metaphori Fantasio knocked it out of the stratosphere. And this did as well, with a whole brand new play mechanic with the counterattacks and parrying system. They nailed it. And yeah, the characters were fascinating.
Beautifully done.
And a very, as you said, a very emotional ending. And a high recommendation if you're looking this winter season for kind of a comfort zone RPG. It's on the dark side, but boy oh boy, it's also on the emotional side that has a lot of heart. And there's more heart in this game than there should be.
Yeah, I
team.
agree with that.
It's like I kept saying to Kim all the way through, I'm like, I can't believe what this team was able to pull off. Where you have these multi-billion, million-dollar companies that are like with hundreds of people that put out a game that is not near as good and not near the heart. And that's what this game has. It has heart.
Well, that was beautifully said.
Thank you. I just wanted to sum it up and just to see your experience playing it and my experience playing it coming together, that we can finally give some final thoughts on Clair Obscur Exhibition 33. And we'll ask you guys, what did you think of the game? Have you played the game? Are you going to jump into it? Let us know down below. So anyways, guys, until next time.